Welcome everyone to NAPW's e-coaching networking event. E-coaching has taken the stage, ladies, not only fostering real-time networking, but also assisting our members through focused topics to move the needle professionally through live events hosted by our NAPW members who are professional coaches. We couldn't be more excited to be offering you more networking and professional development opportunities in 2017. We encourage you to carve out the time and keep coming back to our online events because of its ease and ability to network from your office while on the road and even from the comfort of your own home. Since we only have 30 minutes today, I want to get this session started by introducing you to your NAPW e-coach for today. Amy Minkoff, certified coach and the Happy Success Catalyst has leveraged 50 years of life wisdom and 25 years in corporate consumer marketing as a transformational success coach for the last 8 years. Certified by the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching, as well as the Life Mastery Institute, Amy helps leaders and change makers accelerate their success while expanding their happiness both in life and in their work. Amy has an MBA from Columbia Business School and her undergraduate degree from the University of Virginia. She is a master practitioner of the Energy Leadership Index, a unique assessment tool that helps clients improve their results. Amy's clients nationwide rave about her unique ability to help them break through old paradigms to do things that they had only once dreamed of in business and in life. She delivers her work via keynote speaking engagement, workshops, and individual and group coaching. Good afternoon, Amy, and welcome.
Hello, Louise, and thank you so much for the warm welcome. I also want to extend thanks to you and the rest of your team for making today possible. I really appreciate that. And before I get into the content, I'd also like to take a moment together, all of you, to really honor and send love and prayers to anyone directly or indirectly affected by the hurricanes Harvey and Irma. Again, for anyone who's just joining, my name is Amy Minkoff, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the power of a crystal clear vision and give you 3 keys to even more happiness and success. Now, since we only have about 25 minutes, I'm going to give you all that I can. For those of you, though, who are getting curious and are really serious about lasting results, I'm going to give you a gift at the end of today's session, and all of you will have action steps and a great new tool. Now, I want to get a little information and understanding about you guys, so we're going to start with a poll. Please answer this question. To what degree do you ever feel like you are climbing a mountain towards a goal, but circumstances or conditions weigh you down? Always, sometimes, or never? Okay, so while the poll gets filled in and everyone takes a stab at this, I want you to think about whether circumstances or conditions ever weigh you down. Always, sometimes, or never. Okay, and I can see, interestingly, more than half of you sometimes feel like you're experiencing this. No one ever says this is never something that goes on, and a few of you even say this is always a challenge. So you guys are in the right place today. Now let's move on. I'd like to ask another question to get a little understanding of those of you who are on the call. So let's ask it another way. Have you ever felt weighed down at any time, by fear, doubt, or worry as you build your business or your career? Okay? And this is at any point, and this could be about anything from earning the respect you deserve to owning your success or balancing work and personal life. Has fear, doubt, or worry ever come up for you in your business or career building? Okay, I'm just waiting to see the poll. Okay, you see 75% of you have felt this way. And so what I want all of you to know, if you feel weighed down by a situation that you didn't want or had any sense of fear, doubt, or worry, this is completely normal. But the good news is that it is not necessary. And so today, I'm going to help you with some tools. And before I do that, now that I've gotten to know a little bit about you, I'd like to share a little bit about what I do, why I do it, and why I am all in. Well, as I said, my name is Amy Minkoff, and I help business leaders, owners, and supporters build their ideal results in work and in life for even more happiness and success. Now, how I came to this work started just over 10 years ago when I experienced divorce and breast cancer in the same 18-month period. It actually took longer to finalize the divorce than it did for me to have 4 surgeries, including a mastectomy and reconstruction. There was a defining moment I experienced when I was attending a sisterhood event at my synagogue. I walked in and someone came up to me and said, "Amy, I can't believe you're here and you even look amazing." The surprise in this woman's voice actually woke something up in me, and I knew in that very moment that I would shine my own light on the bright future I am living today. And the tools I'm going to show you today are the same ones I applied in my life to achieve 3 results that I was dreaming of. The first one was that I completed a 25-year corporate career to become a solopreneur doing what I love. 2, I purchased my dream vacation retirement home 10 years ahead of schedule. And 3, I'm with a man who's comfortable in his own skin, sees me as his equal, and loves my kids. Which leads me to why I am all in. You can see them on the screen. When my middle child, my son who's standing right next to me, went off to college, I had a sudden wave of, I would say, fear and sadness. Fear that I was going to be all alone again, and sadness that my role as a nurturer and a mom was coming to an end. And what I discovered was that my role was simply expanding and taking on a new form. The new form shifting from teaching and telling my children what to do to really modeling the art of living a great life. And now I have the expanded capacity to nurture other people in fulfilling the results they would love. And that's why I'm all in. So let's get to it, ladies. Okay. And I see that a lot of you feel that there's not enough time and money for what you're really wanting to go after. And time and money are those conditions that we often feel bound to. So let me introduce you now to a success system. And I'm going to show you 3 things. First, what is the #1 driver of your results and why a vision, a crystal clear one, is a power tool. #2, I'm going to show you the introductory steps in designing a powerful vision to increase your level of success and happiness, whatever your baseline is now. And #3, I'm going to make sure you have action steps to leverage your vision. Yeah, I'm going to give you power of a crystal clear vision, and actually it's power that you already have. You're just not using it yet. I see some of you have had some similar experiences to me, and whether they're the same or different, these tools work. And I know from experience with myself and my clients. Now, before we talk about why the vision matters so much, let's identify the #1 critical driver of your results. And I want to take another poll to get a sense of how you're feeling about this sort of thing. I'd like to know this. Have you ever experienced fear, doubt, I'm sorry. We have a little adjustment in the poll we need. This, what I want you to answer is what you perceive. You might need to adjust the poll question. What you perceive is driving your current results more, your thinking or your feelings. Okay, we're looking to make sure the poll question is there for you to answer on the screen because it wasn't matching my slide. If you're able to answer what you perceive is driving your current results more, your thinking or your feelings, that would be great. So I'm just going to speak to this a little bit now, whether or not the poll is going to actually be on your screen. Many of us are going to feel that our thinking is driving our results, and some of us are going to think it's our feelings. Now, if you think it's your feelings, that is perfectly natural. Many of us feel that our feelings are something that happens to us, and I see you're sending your notes in. A lot of you saying it's your feelings, also thinking. Okay, so what's interesting though is it is our thinking that drives feelings. Our feelings and our emotions are a response to a thought. Okay, there you go. We're going to have the opportunity. Thank you so much for putting your answers in the chat room. You're going to have a chance to actually fill out the poll here. Does your thinking drive your results more or your feelings? All right, so feel free to fill that out. And in the interest of time, I'm going to continue speaking to this idea. So it's our thinking that actually comes first and is at the root cause of things. So if you want to try filling out the poll, that's great. It's okay. Here we go. All right. So, all right, 41% of you say it's your thinking, and a smaller number of you say it's your feelings. So in a way, both groups of people are correct, that both play a role. But what I'm going to show you now is that it's your thinking that's the root cause, the #1 driver. Let me show that to you visually. What you see on your screen now is what I like to call the success cascade, and it starts with your thinking. We respond to our thoughts through our feelings. Now let me demonstrate this with you. Imagine that you are feeling dejected and depressed because you're thinking about something bad that just happened, like you lost an account. And put on the posture of that person. Now, the last time I did this face-to-face with an audience, I saw this. Oh. Okay, so now we've just demonstrated that when you feel depressed and dejected, you take a certain action. Your posture changes. Now, let's shake that out. And now let's imagine that you are happy because you have just had a success milestone. You're sitting or standing taller. You may even have your arms up in a gesture of success. So this shows you that our feelings direct our physical actions, okay? And then most of us know that depending on what we do, we get a different result. So now I want to show you the reasons a crystal clear vision matters. So #1, I want to start here. The crystal clear vision helps us welcome more success than living a condition-based life, operating from not enough time, not enough money. It really helps us expand our awareness to the possibilities that really start from the inside out. Many of us tend to explain our results based on things outside of ourselves. But as I just said, it's an inside-out universe. Now, the second reason crystal clear vision matters is it helps you stay on course with your thinking. And then, of course, the feelings and actions that invite the results you want. Looks like I went over the words there at the end. Staying on course with your thinking. Another way of saying this is that no wind is favorable to a sailor without a destination in mind. It helps set the sails to go where you want. Now, this third reason the vision matters, I would like you to write it down, and I'm going to circle it. Clarity is power. Clarity is power. When you focus on the what it is that you would love, despite whatever pain you may be experiencing or circumstances, when you focus on the what, then the how, the actions, and the courage to take those actions becomes clearer and easier. Okay, so now we understand why the vision is so important. Let's talk about how to design a crystal clear vision for success in your work, in your life, and in your life. Look at this circle. There's 4 quadrants of life that I'm showing you here. And what I'd like you to do, I'm going to take you through the 4. What I'd love for you to do is give yourself a satisfaction rating on a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is a perfect 10 and 1 is feeling pretty dismal. And you don't have to share this in the chat room unless you want to. This is between you and you. Okay, so let me take you through them. Health and well-being. So this is where if you go to the doctor, you can actually get a blood test result, you get measurements, cholesterol ratings, blood pressure numbers, your temperature can be taken. So that's your physical health. And I want you to take an inside look at what's going on for you spiritually and emotionally and give yourself a rating. Now, let's move to relationships. This would cover your intimate relationships, either that you have that you want to improve or that you want to welcome, your family, friends, and professional relationships. How is it going? What's the quality of these relationships? And what's the communication like? Okay, now let's move on to your vocation. This is your work in the world. And I notice some of you are sharing. Some of you are putting where you are at an 8 or a 5. It's okay. This is taking an honest assessment. So your work in the world, are you struggling? Are you thrilled? Are you just saying this is just kind of the nature of the business? And then moving to the 4th area, I call this time and money freedom. This is your satisfaction with the amount of leisure time you have, and also what's the flow or constriction of time and money in your life. All right, so now that we have a sense of where we are, I want you to ask a deceptively simple and powerful question. All right, and I see some of you are having some really fabulous satisfaction in your lives, and there's some areas of growth or improvement you would like. Now, ask what you would love, not what you kind of think is possible or what others say, like our parents, or what we learned in school, or what we convinced ourselves we should want. This is what's in our heart. That's what I'm inviting you to focus on. And also, in creating a crystal clear vision, it's helpful to pay attention to your longings and to your discontent. What is the answer to your longings and the antidote to your discontent? And some of us will be informed equally by these things, and some of us will be really having a major I wish, if only if, and some of us know exactly what's not working in our lives. So what I'm inviting you to do now that you've assessed where you are is imagine the next level of success that you would truly love in one of the areas where you're not at a 10. Pick one for the purpose of our kind of dialogue today, and look at one on the screen and just imagine that it's all worked out. Everything has just become the perfect 10. You are there, you have arrived. What are you experiencing? Who are you with? I want you to see yourself in this situation. What does it look like? Paint the picture in your mind, and now, what does it feel like? Just feel that experience. So now that you're feeling, you're responding to the thinking around the vision that's forming in your mind, many of us will notice that there is a gap between how we feel now, those ratings. There's some 5s, there's some 2s, there's some 6s. So there's a gap from how we feel now about an area and the vision for what we would truly love, that 10. And I want you to know that this is normal, but it's not necessary. So let's take a poll now, and please answer, is there a gap between your exact conditions or circumstances of today and your vision for what you would truly love for even more success in at least one area of your life? Now, I want to give you permission to have a gap, because some of say, oh, it's good enough. Like for me, I had breast cancer and a divorce, and I was healthy. I thought, gosh, how dare I ask for a vacation home or anything extra? I should be lucky. So fill in the poll. You have permission to have that gap. And if you're really fortunate and you have an amazing life, it's okay to want even more. We live in an expanding universe. So I'm inviting you to fill out the poll. Is there a gap between one area of your life and the next level, that area of your vision? So if you're able, I'd love for you to fill out the poll answering that question. And like I said, it's normal to have a gap, and it's okay to say, okay, all right. So more than half of you are saying that there's a difference between where you are in one area and where you would love to be. And virtually just 2% are saying no. And if you're saying no, I challenge you to feel free to say, you know, there's something more I would love to create in my life. So for those of you who have a gap, we are on our way. And even if you're satisfied and you love more, let's use that vision. Let's take that next step. We now know why the vision matters so much. It's directing your thinking. And we also have looked at how to create that vision. So the next step is deciding for your vision, to really own it and be willing to focus on it and take action. To take action from a point of view of true commitment. And there are 2 ways that you can do this. So at the end of this webinar, I'm going to give you some things you can do on your own, taking action right away. These are very specific and simple. The first is to look at the 4 areas and write down your vision with details in the present tense as though it's happening now. And you can do it for one focus area, but it's really a nice experiment to do it for all 4 areas. That's the first action step. The second invitation I'm giving you to do is to read this vision that you've written down morning and night. You see, inking something and speaking it informs the universe that you are truly serious. And then what the reading does in the morning, you're grounding your day. You're signaling to yourself the vision so that you can spend your day taking actions in service of that vision. And I notice people are talking about the idea of accountability. And the reason we want to read the vision at night is we want to leave our subconscious, which operates while we're sleeping, with what we want our subconscious to expand. If we're focusing on our problems, that's what our subconscious will focus on. But if we focus on our vision and read that into our mind at night, we may wake up with confidence and the ideas to take action, which leads me to the third thing you can do. You make sure that on purpose that you are taking one bold 5-minute action a day in service of your vision. And very often this is that scary phone call to a person in a relationship, someone who can lead you to an opportunity in business, or maybe it's taking the action to get the support you need for a health problem or the support you would love in taking your life forward. And that brings me to the second way you can take action in service of your vision. So that is to put yourself in a trifecta of transformation. And this is what my most successful clients have done. Imagine that there's a triangle, and you can see it on the screen. And this trifecta has 3 parts. The first is your vision. This is the clarity, knowing what you want. Then the second part of the trifecta is to bring a mindset mentor into your life, someone who can inspire you, give you tools, and hold you accountable. And third, there's the structure like that brings your energy to where you want it to go. And if you put yourself in the center of this trifecta, watch out and look at the amazing, lasting results you can create. So if you are really curious and serious about changing your results, and you would love my expertise on your vision, this is my personal invitation to you to write to me right now at amyminkoff@lifemasteryconsultant.com and request a complimentary strategy session. Now, this is a 45-minute phone call with me, valued at $250, where I will give you clarity on your vision. And you will not only know exactly where you are and what's holding you back, but you'll also know clarity on where you're going and your best next action step. For any NAPW member who enrolls with me, I will offer a 10% scholarship. And now I'm moving to conclude with a 3-point recap and a very quick story. I've shown you today that you can leverage a crystal clear vision as the guardrail for your thinking, because that's the #1 driver of your results. I will repeat the email for those of you who want it. Second, I've given you some guidelines on creating a crystal clear vision, and I've shown you that it's only when you take action that you're going to bring that vision into your reality. Now, the quick story is about a fisherman and a young fisherman. The young fisherman goes every day to the dock to watch the older fisherman. He doesn't understand why he's throwing big fish back in the water. Is there an ordinance against throwing them back in because they can't take too many fish out? Or are they bony when they're bigger, they don't taste good? So the young fisherman says, what's the story with throwing the big fish in? The older fisherman says, look at my ruler I have here that I broke off. I measure the fish, and if it's the least bit bigger, I throw it back in. And why do I do that? It's the size of the frying pan that I have. And I venture to say that all of us at some time or other gets thrown a big fish in life, but we throw it back in because we didn't go out and buy a new frying pan. And the metaphor is that we can expand our awareness beyond our conditions. And I'm going to go back to that email for a moment while I leave you with the concluding thought. I'm putting on the screen my email, and the concluding thought is, I guarantee we will all create results a year from now. And what I want to ask you is, will you create those results by default or by design? Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Amy, for a wonderful session and your amazing insight on how we can stay clear, focused, and achieve the results we want. Ladies, the PowerPoint is available under the chat box for you to download now, and all events recorded and available to watch again on YouTube on the NAPW eCoaching channel. That is the NAPW eCoaching channel. You will also see now on your screen a link to our next eCoaching event, which will be Tuesday, September 26th at noon Eastern, with VIP member Amy McKenzie, a speaker, business owner, and transformational coach. The link is available now for you to register. It's on the top right of the PowerPoint. Also, please make sure to go to napw.com eCoaching group page and join our hosts and other attendees there to continue the conversation on the group activity wall. Look out for our communications for all upcoming e-events. And if you're interested in submitting to be an eCoaching host, please reach out to us at the email that you see on your screen. Thank you, Amy, and to the 300 members who registered or attended our event today. And it was an amazing e-coaching session, Amy. Thank you again. Ladies, we look forward to seeing you next time.